Hello everyone and welcome to another weekly reset video for the Division 2. Today we've got the vendor reset for you, the invaded mission reset for you, along with the TU 16.1 update that just went live. We'll be going over all the changes in that update and all of the fixes. So if you do enjoy today's video, as always, please do hit like and share to support it. Subscribe if you're new here for more content from myself. And most importantly, we have a fantastic gaming community. Make sure you come and check it out when you're done with today's video. It's linked at the top of the video description. And I just want to give a huge shout out to all the channel members as well. We had 4 new members last night in stream, taking the channel to 181 members. We've never had this many members. I did a community post about it before, thanking you all. I just want to say thank you again for supporting this way. It really does mean a lot. So first, I just wanted to go over all of the changes that went live today in TU 16.1. We were expecting this. There's been quite a few changes and fixes that you're all going to be happy to hear. And there are some patch notes, but I thought I'd come to the known issues board instead to show you these, because they've been pushing this. And it's a real handy feature. I'm going to have this link down in the video description along with the patch notes if you want to go and see it for yourself. But you can see the fix ready on all of these items here. We're not going to go into every single one, but we will read through them. The premium credits where they were being spent instead of textiles has been fixed. The shrapnel trap has basically been reduced. It's been nerfed pretty much in PvP for now. It's a temporary fix until they think of something else. The Dr. Home exotic rifle was not working in PvP. Oh, so that's a different one. It also never had a proficiency rank. They've sorted both of them. Chest pieces were missing an attribute roll. These were on some named gear. The Picaros holster, this was getting amended for TU 16.1. On the patch notes, it doesn't mention this, and I haven't actually got one on my character to check it, but I assume this has gone live today. The Picaros holster will now have a blue core attribute, which can be changed to red or yellow, and a perfect attribute at 15% weapon damage. Striker's battle gear as well. This was intended for today's patch, TU 16.1, and the Striker's gear set was getting changed, as already discussed in the PTS. They have also changed the tidal basin boss fight. People were complaining that the weak spots that you had to destroy were far too strong, so they've reduced the HP on them. All of the high-end assault rifles that had the core attribute changed for rifle damage has been fixed. The busy little bee had 2 icons in the expertise menu or something. That's been fixed. Signature weapons, when you change them to hidden or unhidden, regardless, they were always hidden. They fixed that as well today. And they've also fixed the bug where the Season 10 vanity pieces could drop from control points. That was like the babyface chest that was dropping. It could drop from anywhere, to be fair. We were getting them on raids and everywhere, but that's meant to be fixed now. And they fixed they fixed the dice slots where they had no functionality on all gear pieces from Umbra Initiative and Brazos. As I said, the patch notes are live and they can be seen here for all the changes that went into TU 16.1 today. But it doesn't mention the Striker's battle gear or the Picaros holster, so I'm not 100% sure they've been changed. I assume they have been though. So moving on to the game now and the current activities. This week, the Polarity Switch Global event goes live. You got 1 week to complete this. The rewards, as always, for completing the daily activities or gaining watch levels, you're going to be getting some named caches, crafting gear caches, crafting weapons, season caches, optimization, all the way to exotic caches as well. If you've never done this global event before, there will be a backpack trophy to earn for the 10th reward there. And the league is still active as well. So the Trig League went live last week. You have 2 weeks on this, but this is reset for week 2 today. So whatever stars you earned last week have been reset. You still keep the total number that you earned now, and you can go again to get the 60 stars to unlock all of the rewards. And we're also doing a community event on this, like we did in Season 9. We've set times for all these speedrun missions. If you think you can beat our times, head over to the community and take part. You'll find it underneath the community trophy category. And one more thing before we get on to the invaded mission and the vendor reset. The Shade Paragon Apparel event has been delayed. They announced this yesterday. It says it unlocks in 2 weeks and 6 days, but that's not going to happen. They're going to get back to us once this event has a new date. This is a familiar theme, really, because last season the apparel events got delayed, so it's another delay on an apparel event, but they want to make sure it's at optimal quality before it is released. So on to the resets now, and starting with the invaded missions. You can see that Capitol Building is the invaded stronghold this week. You got Jefferson Plaza, Air and Space Museum and Space Administration HQ invaded that you got to do to unlock this. And once all of those are done, you'll get Tidal Basin. As always, I always say this every single Tuesday. If you're a new player or just a player that still needs specialization points for a character, named items, or random mod unlocks, these are absolutely great for that, because you get a named item per invaded, you get 5 specialization points per invaded, and you get a random mod unlock as well. So they're very worth doing if you still need any of that. And the weekly legendary this week is District Union Arena. So if you can complete that, you're going to get the reward of an exotic cache. And now for the vendor reset. What I've started doing with these, in this video I go around every single vendor, we read out everything that's on sale this week. I ask you to comment down in the comments below what you recommend people to buy, if there's anything that you like, in case I miss anything or we have different opinions. What I've started doing is doing a short of my top picks. I upload the short at the same time over on more GCROCK and onto my Twitter and Instagram. If you just want to see that short every week of my top picks, then make sure you subscribe to more GCROCK or follow me on Twitter or Instagram. All the links are in the description. But right now in this video, we're going to go around every single one, starting at the countdown vendor and see what is on sale. So we've got the swap chain this week with SMG damage, crit chance, damage to armor. That comes with perfect unwavering. There's the Empress International name backpack with skill tier, status effects, weapon handling, and perfectly calculated. There's a Baker's Dozen on sale with rifle damage, crit damage, damage to armor. That comes with perfect lucky shot. It's a very good Baker's Dozen if you want that. Definitely kind of be a top pick for new players or people that like that perfect lucky shot talent. Over at the White House vendor this week, they are selling a Zero F's chest piece with armor, hazard protection, and skill damage. That comes with perfectly unbreakable. It's a police UMP with SMG damage, crit chance, swap speed, and spike. A military G36 with assault rifle damage, health damage, stability, and close and personal. A 93R with pistol damage, headshot damage, and future perfect. A Roldy Holdings backpack with weapon damage, crit chance, explosive resistance, and overclock. Gilligard chest piece with armor, crit chance, armor regen, and empathic resolve. Then we have a 4.3% crit chance mod, a 4.3% damage mod for a drone, a 6% skill ace mod for a turret, and a 4.8% blast radius mod for a sticky. And at the clan vendor this week, you're able to buy a scalpel with marksman rifle damage, headshot damage, crit damage, and future perfection. There's an Aces and H chest piece with weapon damage and weapon handling. Umbra Initiative gloves with weapon damage and repair skills. Negotiator's Dilemma chest with weapon damage and crit chance. An 1886 with rifle damage, crit damage, swap speed, and strained. Police 686 Magnum with pistol damage, crit damage, and salvage. Uzina Getica knees with armor, skill aced, and critical hit damage. Wyvernware gloves with skill tier, armor regen, and repair skills. An M1911 with pistol damage, damage target out of cover, and killer. Wyvernware backpack with skill ace, repair skills, and opportunistic. Empress International holster with skill tier, skill damage, and crit damage. Then we have a 10.8% crit damage mod, a 9% burn resistance mod, an 8.8% blind death resistance mod, and a 4.4% duration mod for a chem. Onto the settlements now, and starting at the campus. This week you're able to buy a Tabula Rasa with LMG damage, damage target out of cover, crit damage, and perfectly steady handed. It's a tactical 308 with marksman rifle damage, headshot damage, swap speed, and killer. An M249B with LMG damage, damage target out of cover, magazine size, and steady handed. Bellstone Armory mask with armor, health, status effects. We've got Providence holster with weapon damage, explosive resistance, and skill damage. And then there's a 9.9% skill aced mod, a 4.3% damage mod for a chem, a +4 repair charges for a hive, a 5% skill ace mod for a pulse, and a 4.2% duration mod for a trap. And at the theatre settlement this week, you're able to buy an artist tool with rifle damage, crit damage, rate of fire, and perfect rifleman. It's a KSG shotgun with shotgun damage, damage to armor, headshot damage, and pumped up. A classic M1A with rifle damage, crit damage, damage to target out of cover, and ranger. I'm actually looking for one of these. It definitely goes as a top pick. It's got all the attributes that you want. You can roll on something like boomerang there, which I'm going to be rolling on, and optimize it to make it godly. Although the attribute rolls are terrible, I'm going to buy that because I'm having no joy with my RNG. There's a Grupo Sombra gloves as well with weapon damage, explosive resistance, and crit damage. Richter and Kaiser knees with skill tier, skill damage, and status effects. And then we've got an 8.5% ensnare resistance mod, a 4.9% skill ace mod for seekers, a 4.2% deflected damage mod for your shield, a +1 max targets for a firefly, and a 6% health mod for a decoy. And now on to the DZ vendors. We're going to start DZ West, and this week you are able to buy an Everlasting Gaze with rifle damage, crit damage, headshot damage, and perfect perpetuation. It's an ACS 12 with shotgun damage, damage to armor, swap speed, and flatline. An 1886 with rifle damage, crit damage, rate of fire, and killer. Tip of the spear gloves with weapon damage and repair skills. Tip of the spear knees with weapon damage and hazard protection. 511 gloves with armor, explosive resistance, and status effects. Overlord knees with weapon damage, crit damage, and armor regen. Then we have a 16.3% incoming repair mod, a 6.4% health mod for seekers, a 4.1% deflected damage mod for your shield, 5.9% damage mod for a firefly, and a 6% duration mod for a decoy. And at DZ South this week, you are able to buy a swap chain with SMG damage, crit chance, damage to armor, and perfect unwavering. The CMMG Banshee with SMG damage, crit chance, swap speed, and ranger. Military AKM with assault rifle damage, health damage, swap speed, and ignited. An M1911 with pistol damage, critical hit damage, and ignited. Hardwired backpack with skill tier and crit chance. Hunter's Fury chest with weapon damage and weapon handling. Murakami backpack with skill ace, repair skills, and composure. Bellstone Armory chest piece with armor, explosive resistance, health, and entrench. Then we got a 10.2% crit damage mod, a 4.8% damage reduction mod for your drone, 5.8% duration mod for a turret, and a 6.4% duration mod for your sticky. And at DZ East this week, the final DZ vendor is selling a claws out holster. I know a lot of people want one of these. It's got skill tier, melee damage, skill aced, and pistol damage on that. I don't think skill aced is the role you want, but if you're missing a claws out and you want to try it, you can go and buy this week. There's a paratrooper SVD as well with marksman rifle damage, headshot damage, reload speed, and in sync. A GR9 with LMG damage, damage to target out of cover, damage to armor, and preservation. Ongoing directive mask with weapon damage and headshot damage, hardwired holster with skill tier and skill haste, Petrov mask with weapon damage, crit damage, and skill damage, Grupo holster with weapon damage, headshot damage, and hazard protection. Then we've got an 8.3% skill duration mod, a 4.2% duration mod for a chem, an 8.6% reviver armor repair for a hive, a 6.2% cone size for a pulse, and a 4.3% duration mod for a trap. And then finishing the vendor reset with the New York vendor, starting with Marco. He is selling an M1928 with SMG damage, crit chance, stability, and killer. It's a black market RPK with LMG damage, damage target out of cover, headshot damage, and ranger. Sausage 12 with shotgun damage, damage to armor, rate of fire, and sadist. A 93R with pistol damage, stability, and killer. Richter and Kaiser backpack with skill tier, health, headshot damage, and adrenaline rush. China Light knees with skill tier, repair skills, and critical hit chance. Bellstone holster with armor, health, and crit damage. Then we got a 7.3% headshot damage mod, an 8.5% shock resistance mod, a 6% duration mod for a turret, a 4.3% damage mod for a hive, and a 4.1% duration mod for a trap. And Roy Benitez, the final vendor this week, is selling an MP5 with SMG damage, crit chance, critical hit damage, and killer. An M700 tactical there with marksman rifle damage, headshot damage, health damage, and in sync. An M1A CQB with rifle damage, crit damage, accuracy, and future perfect. A 93R with pistol damage, crit damage, and steady handed. A Brazos chest piece with armor, armor regen, status effects, and explosive delivery. Grupo gloves with weapon damage, status effects, and headshot damage. Petrov holster with weapon damage, weapon handling, and hazard protection. Then we got a 10.3% skill aced mod, an 8.5% skill duration mod, a 4.2% damage mod for seekers, 5.8% skill ace mod for firefly, and 6% health mod for a decoy. And that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. So let me know what you think of the vendor reset. As I've said earlier, if there's anything that you're going to be buying this week, post it down below. Hopefully TU 16.1 brings an end to loads of complaints about the current bugs on the game, and it fixes a lot. It looks like they have done. It's just unfortunate we've got to wait for that apparel event again, but it'll be worth it, I'm sure. And yeah, don't forget to come and check out our community now. It's linked at the top of the video description. Come and click on that link. Also like and share the video to support it. Subscribe if you're new. And thank you again for all the members on helping me reach 181 members on the channel. Thanks so much. Until next time or the next stream, thank you for watching. Stay safe and peace out.